18, and we are back. Deadline stream. After a long time, I feel I should start the timer as well. I think we are already into the deadline zone. All right. So game week 18, FPL Pulse is back. All of us with a slightly different look, and one of our friend Suraj, who is on free, is missing today. But nonetheless, let's kickstart our pod tonight with Aman and Vimarsh. Been a roller coaster week for me last game week. Some ups and downs, but we are fairly square. Everyone's like all three of us are quite closely tried. Aman, why don't you start? A successful chip play last game week?
Yeah, man. For me, like that was the highlight. So I was like all hoping for a good Haaland haul, which he delivered, and how I remember. I think a lot of people played sometime around back in game week 6, if I'm not wrong. That was when Haaland was home to Burnley, and I think what was it? Was it a 13 pointer? If I'm not wrong, I
Yeah,
don't quite
two
remember.
two goals, I think.
But yeah, but this time he, went extra and gave an assist on top of the two goals. So, we ended up with 16 points and just glad that, it worked out as expected, to be honest. But, I just wanted to mention how close it is, despite me having, a Haaland triple captain, an extra 16 pointer. It was not like a smooth sailing because I was almost on a red arrow until that Fulham game. So I was really, really hoping that I get at least an Anderson clean sheet and some return from Wilson, who were the two players from my FPL team in that match. And it was ultimately down to those, 9-8 points that I got from Fulham players that actually ended me, helped me get that green arrow. It's, I just wanted to highlight how stacked it is, right? Like even within our ranks, we just it's like 1 or 2 points and you gain like for every point you're gaining like 1,000 to 15,000 ranks for every point, so it's huge. Though it's right now the game is being played in those fine margins, it's really, really important that we stay on top of it, because this is when you gain ground over everyone else who's maybe not able to follow properly or is not as invested or losing steam. So yeah, it's that kind of a season. We're right in the middle now. It's what, 4 games over 10 days. So it's the crunch time, as we call it in FPL.
Yeah, Vimarsh, how is it for you?
Yeah, so I mean, with the way I had started the last game week, I thought I'll comfortably be on a green arrow. But I mean, I eventually ended up with a red arrow, missing out by just a point. So I mean, I think we are getting into stages where just not selecting one or selecting one bad player can affect your green arrow or red arrow, I think. So
Absolutely.
it's kind of getting into those zones now. But yeah, I mean, obviously, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, yeah, but no, yeah, I was just saying, the next 3 to 4 game weeks are obviously very, very important now. A lot of injuries, a lot of doubts that we have to dispel and basically select our team going forward. Transfer rumors, stuff like that. A lot of things going on. So the next 4 game weeks are going to be is going to be these are going to be stacked game weeks. So maybe more injuries come up, stuff like that happen. So it's important to manage these 3 4 game weeks. I think this is an important junction in this season, is what I feel. And the choices we make right now also might affect our overall ranks generally, and
yeah.
how we play right now. So yeah.
So I feel like if you look at, like I was looking at how far I am from top 100k, it's still 70, 75 odd points. So you can, which can be like we've chased 100 odd points, we've chased down in last 10 game weeks also. So it's still very crunch, and I think again we have three chips to still get reactivated once we move post game week 19, and couple of folks who still be playing out their remaining chips in the next two game weeks 18 and 19. So I think there's still some swings left, and as you said, I think not having one or two picks, like I think just Anderson has costed me 150k red arrow, because I think the rank in I was, it was stacked that everyone had that one player, so it costed me. But nonetheless, I think the team still needed some kind of surgery, some kind of players that gets me close to the template, because I think it's the wave after the five free transfers, everyone's kind of looking alike. And if you are in the top 1 million and not following those trends, then it will hurt you in the longer run. All right,
Right.
so let's. So there's a 50% off on FF Scout if you go to the website. That's till the year end. So basically, for the next remaining 19, 20 game weeks, you have that service. And I think the best time is right now, because, as Aman said, 4 games in next 10 days. So that's the crunch period, and additional 5% off if you use FF Pulse 5. We do have some few stat tables that we always refer to. It is key to our decision making. We've all three of us have gone with few moves early this time, and it was all purely based on data. We did some eye test, highlights check as well, but I think it was data that stood out for us when we were looking at fixtures, as well as the data for certain players and replacement because of few injuries. So with that, let's get into the next game week overview. We'll start with the uh, a long-term view of 5 fixtures. How do you guys want to proceed? We have few questions as well for next game week, and we can refer back to the fixture ticker as well. I'm okay with everything, because we are anyway on the deadline stream, and there might be
Yeah.
some hot topics, right?
Yeah, let's start with the fixture discussion itself, like, because
Okay.
sort of that will drive us into the kind of dilemma that will drive us towards the answer to those dilemmas, I suppose. Uh, so yeah, like, so yeah, right on top of the fixture ticker, I think we have teams like, uh, I'm sorry, I'm not
West
able
Ham
to absolutely, yeah, West
West Ham
Ham,
and Everton.
Everton. Right now, it's visible to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the problem with both of these teams is that they are suffering for different reasons. West Ham has been in a very poor form. Like, they've basically been the whipping boys in FPL up till this point, and Everton are really suffering because due to the loss of a couple of their most important attackers in NDI and KDH, right? So I'm not sure how much prudent is it to really attack these teams in terms of transfers. I mean, obviously, the top two picks from each of these teams are one, like Bowen from West Ham, amongst the attackers, and Keane or Tarkowski, from where Everton defense is where the whole, meta is really being talked about, or is sort of slightly shifting. But I'll be honest with you guys, and I want to understand what you think. Like, I am not convinced on either of these picks. I'm not fully convinced on Bowen. Like, people are going for Bowen just because of his history of how he's done for West Ham in the past, and there are some really good fixtures coming up for them on paper, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And for Everton, everybody's banking on their defense, that it has been solid, but you know if I look at those fixtures, I see just, I mean, it could very well be just two or even one clean sheet over the next five. That's how I am sort of seeing this. What are your opinions?
Vimal, you?
Uh, I mean, in terms of West Ham, I think Bowen. I was just looking at his numbers also in the last mm, uh, around, let's say, 5 to 6 game weeks. The only in the last 5 game weeks, the only 2 times he hasn't scored is against Liverpool and City. Right, all the other 3 games he's given 2 goals and 1 assist.
Mm-hmm.
So I still feel if West Ham have an attacking return, Bowen is going to be part of it mostly. And
Right.
obviously, if people are selecting him based on his history, I mean, there's a reason to it, right? I think I said it at the beginning of the season also, when I believed he might still be a good pick. But Bowen is a fixture-proof player, like, so I don't think generally it. Generally, it matters. So he could be a, I mean, differential pick going forward is what I feel, because if you look at the forward slot, there aren't. I mean, Ekitike is an obvious one right now. People have just like discarded Thiago for some reason, me being one of them. But I still feel he's good to hold on for the next 3 4 game weeks. It's just that I think people got frustrated with the number of blanks he was giving and the zero xG he had in the last 2 games.
Hmm.
So also with the going of Dango Tara, the I mean, Dango Tara was the one of the guys who was like kind of giving them penalties, right? So I feel in terms of the forwards, Nick Voldemort has his minutes affected because of visa again. So I mean, he's fixture proof. He plays almost all 90 minutes if I'm not wrong. Yeah, he's been playing all 90 minutes, so he plays the entire game. And let me just check the fixtures as well. I think West Ham have a good run of fixtures.
Fixtures are pretty
Fulham,
good. Like,
yeah,
full, yeah.
Fulham
But like,
home,
see,
Brighton.
Fulham home, Fulham are a solid defense. Brighton, yeah, they've been leaky. So I can expect at least at least one goal from West Ham in that game. Then Wolves obviously expect West Ham to score. Nottingham Forest again has been on the up. They're regaining their form, and sudden, and Spurs is away to they're away to Spurs. It's a tough ground no matter what. They gave a good fight to Liverpool in the last match as well. And then Sunderland is not a easy fixture. And then you have Chelsea. So I don't also really see a lot of goals in these upcoming matches. I mean,
Fair.
I like maybe it's some sort of a bias I have towards West Ham this season in particular because I genuinely like Bowen as a pick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've really appreciated the
I mean,
player.
if
But
you
yeah,
just
that's
look
where
at
I am.
last 4 game weeks, if I look at Bowen's record, so he has 3 returns, 2 goals, 1 assist, and
Yeah.
in the last
Honest.
game week against City also, Somerville almost scored, and that would have been Bowen assist again. So, like,
Right.
if there is like you would still expect at least 1 goal in each of these 5 fixtures, upcoming 5 fixtures. And when we are talking about West Ham scoring, I think Bowen, like let's say West Ham scores 5 goal in next 5, right? You
Yeah,
you will have
he's gonna be involved in 60% at least. Yeah,
yes, yes.
Two to
So
three
that
goals. Yeah.
is, and being a differential under I think 20% ownership. Let me just quickly check. Yes, less than 20%. So I think that's the key here with Bowen and folks who are. But yeah, that's the case. Like if you are
yeah.
chasing,
No, I like.
if you are chasing, then it makes sense. But if you are well and truly in top 200k at least, let's say at right now, or top 300k right now, then Bowen could hurt if he blanks. Then
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's
But
where the case is.
y- you know
I'd
what?
rather
I
prefer
understand.
Everton defense over
Agreed. Like
a West Ham attack.
I would even disagree with that also. By the way, but like just to a little bit round up that Bowen point. I would rather say if you still have Thiago, it's best to stick with Thiago and not even go for Bowen. Like for
Yeah.
the same duration, we're talking the next 6 fixtures. Even Thiago has as good fixtures, right? Like I'm. It's not. It won't be a surprise if both of them come through with almost the same number of points at the end of this 6 week run.
But last game
So
week,
I mean,
Brentford did look shaky without Dango. Like I think one of the
agreed.
factor is there. But yeah, it's like I would not
But
split
last
them.
week they were also missing Kevin. Oh no, I think last week Kevin Sade was playing.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'll
He
say,
was playing.
like,
Yeah,
if you have to see it from an expected point standpoint, I think you don't split Bowen and Thiago by more than a margin of 3 or 4 points plus minus in either side.
exactly.
So that's the comparison and fair. But on the Everton point, I think makes
Yeah,
like was looking at their XGC trend, and it is improving game by game. So,
Yeah.
and even on the DEFCON side, like Tarkowski and Keane are almost hitting in each game now. So, people are getting benefited. Like Tarkowski in a clean sheet game is getting 9 pointers or 10 pointer. It is, that's how the thing is, and even that's the case with Keane. So, the one who steps up on BPS is where the game is. So, you are looking at that upside in comparison to picks like Senesi and Timber, because there is an upside of 5 points. With a clean sheet, you get an upside of 4 points, but with them, you are getting that bonus assurity, because there is hardly anyone in the attack that's like Everton is basically going to crumble around the next period with just scoring 2 or 3 goals or getting nil-nil draws, something like that. Because
Yeah.
that's
So yeah. So considering like a lot of managers have City defense and Arsenal defense, and the third spot is up for grabs. So would you prefer getting in
Yeah.
an Everton defender or a Liverpool defender now looking at
so.
these fixtures?
My take
And
is,
if yeah,
one is Everton, one is O'Reilly for his attacking output, and I think with whatever Arteta said recently, I think we should keep our money saved up for Gabriel. I think he's coming in like 1 or 2 game weeks. He's
so
not
you
picking
wouldn't
that
get a
much.
Liverpool defender.
No, I will not get a Liverpool because I think they're still shaky. So with Liverpool,
And
they're getting better on attack, conceding less chances.
hmm,
But the one chance they concede, it's Allison bailing them out. It
right.
could be like I think last game week also we were thinking like Liverpool could have conceded 2 goals again. So and
And
Slot has been open about it that there are still weaknesses.
right.
With now again the back four not being certain with Liverpool, only Van Dijk
Right.
won't be able to do the like all the things. If he gets a goal, people have kept him for the attacking thing, but I think it's a drought there as well right now. So be cautious with that thing as well, I would say.
And what about and what's the status on like Liverpool defenders in general? So Virgil starts for sure, but what about the other three? Is Frimpong gonna start? I saw a lot
Yeah.
of things here and
So
there about Frimpong.
br- um, what Slot has said over pressers and what he has kind of conveyed, I think it's going to be Frimpong and Bradley rotation. We'll see in the next 4 5. Now it seems like from most of the journals that Frimpong is likely to start this game week and then Bradley in the mid game week. So it's going to rotate like that, and it could be either way. They both be managed to help them. They both are not 90 minutes ready, is the case. So even
Right.
if you're getting Frimpong, you cannot expect 90 minutes. It will be 60, 70 minutes, and then Bradley will come over. Or Sozobo goes there, and like you have a midfield replacement. So something like that is going to be playing.
So Virgil is the only guarantee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of like if I have to summarize this ticker, I think the picks that we are looking at is obviously Everton and Newcastle. Gordon could be picked, but minutes is a concern there. Thiaw and Lewis Miley are also being discussed in the community, so they become Spurs. I think is a avoid till we see a good performance from them and like a certain lineup. With City, I think everyone has three City picks. It's just becoming a case to point whether Cherky should be the attack, like it should be three attackers or like it should be a distributed among all three positions. So that's the case. I think other than that, Liverpool people are looking at double up on Liverpool with Wirtz becoming an option again. Like I'm seeing some teams with Wirtz, which is a good shout. I feel like he's racking up his XGI numbers in last 3 games, so that's a positive sign. Could be amongst the goal share because I think it's just Ekitike and Wirtz who are mainly the two talismans for Liverpool available in the next game against Wolves, which could be a goal fest. And then I think other than that, I'm not targeting any other team or any other pick for now. Chelsea will become a good team to pick post 22 onwards, I think, yeah, or 21 onwards.
21,
21.
21 onwards.
So I think that will become a replacement. If you have a Liverpool midfielder like blocked 8 million there, then you can go for Palmer in couple of moves. Those could be potential moves. Chaloba could become a pick easily. I think he'll be one of the hot defenders at that time, surely seeing some price rises.
Yeah.
But I wanted to take
Absolutely.
some thoughts on Aston Villa. They are on a crazy run right now. I think 12 wins in last 13 in Premier League. So if you have to just talk about Rodgers, like do you think after like 30 points in last 2 game weeks he becomes a consideration? I know few of the folks um, highly ranked right now are getting Rodgers because even though Chelsea and Arsenal up next, but then you have good 3 fixtures again. So a take on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, probably after game week 20, from game week 20, I might consider him. And I'll probably save up my transfers till then and probably get Rogers and a couple of Chelsea assets then, is what I feel right now. I don't think he's an immediate buy. I think, uh, I mean, it was his brilliance that he got 2 goals in the last game. I'm not sure if he's going to return the same in the next two with Chelsea away and Arsenal away. So I think game week 20 you can target Morgan Rogers for sure. And if he returns in 18 and 19, then he'll see a price rise and he'll definitely see a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people are gonna get him in game week 20 then.
Yeah.
If he returns in game week 18 and 19 again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I feel.
But even then, if you see, like the next three are not easy matches, right? Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace away, and then Everton
But
home. Like all of these, in my opinion,
The
are
home
solid
games.
defenses.
I mean,
Two of
honestly,
them are home.
correct, correct. I mean, honestly, even the United match with Aston Villa, it wasn't like Aston Villa played like really well or something. It was
Exactly.
individual
yeah,
brilliance again.
yeah,
So it was a home game. I think the home environment might spur him into like turning in these three games or two games.
yep,
So yeah,
I mean, I think he's a hard pass. At least for me, he's a definite
yeah.
hard pass. At least for the next two. I mean, and
We've
then
learned the
we'll
hard
have
way.
to see. Yeah, and like you need to figure out like if he's really, and a lot of these players sometimes it comes down to the eye test. The team might not be performing absolute crazy, but sometimes some players go on these kind of hot streak, and I feel like Rogers is on one. So if like he is looking good on the eye on the next two, I think he's a solid punt
Yep.
for not even punt. I'd say he's a solid transfer
Hold.
in after that. Yeah. So
Yep.
because from what I am able to see, it feels like he has been given a lot of confidence by Unai Emery, and he's been asked to really score goals this season by him because Watkins is not really working. They don't have any
Correct.
other striker, and he has been given that task to go up and take those half chances, and somehow because he's in a good form, he has been converting those.
yeah.
We
Right.
just need to see how he does over the next two and how the team is doing over the next two. But
Yeah.
at least it's for me, it's a wait and watch.
Yeah. Also, there's this shift that'll happen soon for the fact that people, I believe a lot of people have a 3-5-2 formation right now. A lot of people are playing five midfielders, right, and three of them are like core in everyone's team. But with Wilson's good run of fixtures ending,
Yeah.
and let's say even Semenyo with his transfer rumors, I think a couple of spots are again going to open up, and
Yeah.
Rodgers might be the one who might occupy those positions now going forward, because I don't see any of the clear cut. I mean, Palmer hasn't reached like 90-minute match fitness yet, so he's not gonna play all 90 minutes. But from 21, we can target him. We still have 2-3 game weeks.
Maresca did
Yeah,
say
He
he's
has.
ready.
Maresca
he
has
has.
declared that he is fit to play 90 minutes now
Then
going
Saka
forward.
goes
So
out.
yeah, I mean, so but yeah, see the question is like,
Yeah,
yeah, sure, he can play 90 minutes, but can he play 90 minutes twice in 3 days? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, he m- even if he plays
mm,
90 minutes this week, next week he's not starting that match. He's most likely to be on bench and then he'll be subbed on. So yeah, like it's I
right.
would still not, like he's a good punt for this week, Palmer, but not like a
Yeah,
priority
I
buy
mean, even if you
at the
get Palmer,
moment.
I think people are gonna get Palmer for Saka or someone. So I mean,
Yeah.
the point still remains like people who have players like Wilson, Semenyo, etc., or
So
Dewsbury Hall and stuff like that. They might target
for this
So
game week, he's
so
still not
just on
amongst
that.
the
Mm.
main transfer picks. So it's still Rogers and
Palmer.
Cunha. Yeah. So I think
Yeah,
Rogers,
yeah,
Yeah,
Cunha, and Rice are like the key clear-cut favorites right now to have in your
yeah.
correct.
I'd
team.
rather get Rice actually. Yeah, I mean, he gave an 11 pointer last week. So I mean,
He somehow
So
is going to return.
yeah,
So I like FPL Neutral in the chat made an interesting point on Everton defense. He's saying that Taco and Keane with even one clean sheet over the next five are still worth it, given that they have basically Defcon sorted
Yeah.
every match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you fully agree with that? Like even if they get Defcon, like it's at best a 4 pointer or a 3 pointer. If
But
they concede a goal or two goals, then it's three, right?
so
Yeah,
it's
sure.
like
Clean sheet is an 8 pointer.
so one game, I think we are talking about 10 pointer with clean sheet and let's say Defcon, and in the other four remaining, if they are getting let's say
3 to 4
Defcon in
games.
all of them, we are again talking about three clean sheets in five fixtures, which is massive for any team. So that has an upside, and Keane and Tarko
So
can be amongst assists or goals also. They have been in fringe games. So there is a
correct.
clear upside with them. I think with the teams they are facing, these teams do concede a lot of goals. scrappy goals in the corners, and these two are the ones who are going to be there. And with the clear-cut indication, I think there is from Moyes about Braithwaite that it's going to take some time to get into the playing 11. I think it's fair.
It
So
feels like
that
he
also
might be
depends. Yeah.
soon back, no? Branthwaite, like
But couple of
Not at
weeks
probably
least for
still,
the next
some.
4 or 5,
yeah,
four
that's
or five
he's
weeks. No,
given a clear.
that's what I read also. No, but I was saying that this also depends on your team structure as well, right? So if you're talking about like DEFCON points and stuff like this, let's say if somebody has Senesi, I mean Senesi is also giving DEFCON in almost every game. So is it worth it to get someone like an Everton defender for? I mean, obviously because the fixture run, it is worth it to get someone from Everton.
So it's like
But
I
yeah,
think
again, it depends on your.
people are moving out of Senesi just because of the clean sheet odds they are seeing around Everton now, and I think there is a fair thing. Bournemouth form
Yeah,
seems to be going downhill from a defensive
absolutely. They haven't won
standpoint.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
from a defensive standpoint, so it's fair to just not rely on those 4 points. And plus, he's not he's on defcon, he's getting defcons, but there is a threat of yellow cards, so it's sometimes, oh sorry, conceding more than 2 goals, so it's sometimes even
Yeah,
with like defcon it's like 2 pointers from Senesi, so
correct.
that's the case. But any surprises from our defensive transfer moves and midfielders, and we can like quickly move to our next sections because we have 30
So
minutes
like
left.
Virgil, I mean, I think, and even Vimarsh was asking. So if you had to bring in, if somebody's targeting some sort of an upside, because even with the Liverpool defense, they do have a good three fixtures at least. Or if you consider the next five, they have definite three clear good fixtures, all at home. By the way, they face Wolves, Leeds, and Burnley all at home.
Yeah,
Do you think it is fair to get at least one Liverpool defense? Maybe you can even think of going with Frimpong if you are still not on any Liverpool defender. And what if for somebody like me who is already on, who has Virgil, I'm not looking to transfer him out at least for the next two. So, but do you think they deserve like at least a transfer in, because he's the second most, Virgil is the second most transfer in player amongst defenders?
I mean, even if we see their fixture run, I think they're facing Arsenal after 3. But I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Like you can have at least I see at least 2 clean sheets in next 5 minimum.
Right.
Yeah, so with 2 clean sheet, and Virgil does have a defcon potential. Maybe not against Wolves and Leeds. Against Leeds he can still get, but against Wolves it seems unlikely that there will be. Arsenal he can get. So again you see somewhere similar to what Keane and Everton are offering you there. But obviously Virgil has a higher goal threat, so I would give that not a minute risk at
Do
all.
you
So if
think Konate starts?
yeah, Konate
Is
starts.
Konate sure shot starting?
Gomez is not
I think
there.
he should, yeah.
Konate is going to
So
be there.
Konate will start.
Yeah.
Good shout if you don't have the money for Virgil
But
also. So
with Konate
So
again, with pinch of salt, I think Liverpool are tracking one of the defender centre back, and they want to get a move done in the January window. So I think that's something to monitor because that's the only weakness we have in defense right now. From a centre back pairing standpoint, we have enough depth on the wing backs.
So do you think Frimpong could be a good shout for at least like this game week? You would probably replace someone like, let's say if people have a player like a fourth defender like Richards who's injured now.
Yeah, good
So
shout,
someone
but
like him, you can replace him with
good shout,
Frimpong.
but you never know. Like if he gets injured again, man. Like a 58
hmm.
minute sub, he is not going to play 90 minutes. That is a certain. And like
But he has a tremendous attacking potential.
he has, I'm not doubting. Like if you
Yeah.
have to go ultra differential, then it could be a pick. But I think there is a risk right now. Like, so I wouldn't go there. It's caution. Like I would
And
trust Mukiele or Alderete from Sunderland from that standpoint. I
yeah,
feel these are
thanks
better
for
picks.
getting there. Like, what do you think? Like, I mean, I am genuinely, I thought even only I was thinking about Sunderland cheap defenders, but it looks like a lot of people are. So, they're amongst the top transference. So, Alderete, Mukiele, like
Yeah,
solid fifth bench options, right? If you have to take some money out from your defensive line, what do you guys think? Like, I am personally looking at Alderete because it's point 0.2 cheaper than Mukiele for my replacement for Steve from Burnley
yeah,
this
yeah.
week.
For someone who has bench boost left like you, I think it's a fair call against Leeds, and I think it cannot be like Leeds go on scoring every game like they have been, and DCL form is, we know how, we should take it with a pinch of salt. So I would still be very optimistic of a clean sheet in the next fixture.
Right. And one last question. So there's another Keen. It's Keen Lewis Potter, who's got
Wow,
who's
Bruno.
whom I've been weighing up with Michael Keane. Very similar price point. He's at 4.8, and he's playing out of position as a left wing.
Yeah,
What do you think about him? Like, and Brentford have, like, we know their fixtures are good for the next six.
yep.
We have Thiago. We got Thiago for those fixtures, and he's playing right up top. He scored 2 goals in the last match. He had a massive 21 pointer. What do you think?
I think it's a fair
Uh,
one. Like last
Maybe
game
for the
week,
next two,
obviously.
three game weeks.
Yeah, next three games I would like a short term punt for sure. You
Yeah.
can go ahead with him. Anyone can
Because
go.
interesting, they have 4 home matches in the next six,
Yeah,
so that's a major plus for Brentford. They play
Right.
Bournemouth, Tottenham, Sunderland, and Nottingham Forest all at home, and they go away to Everton and Chelsea. So if you
yeah,
are able to sort of bench him for those two tough matches away,
yeah.
I think if there is a way and you already have all things sorted, I would think about taking a punt on Lewis Potter if you still have a lot of extra transfers left.
Yeah.
That is.
But is he guaranteed minutes though? I was just checking his minutes. Is there a reason why he just played 90 minutes once in the entire or twice in the entire season in the last game? Before that, he's just been playing very scrappy minutes.
There was a
Yeah,
relief
but
in.
Is
the Yeah, but they don't have Odango now,
Yeah.
right? So
right.
they don't have a winger up front, and that's
Hmm.
why he's been asked to play out of position. And I'm also a little bit concerned whether long term he will hold that position or he'll
Right.
continue to have that kind of minutes. But again, that's why I'm calling it as a very luxury move. It's very much a punt, not a certain move,
Right.
because we don't know a lot about his minutes. Just before, let us take a quick question. Dawa Sherpa is in the chat. He's asking that he's planning to use a triple captain.
We
Should he
have
go
a
with Ekitike
we
or
have this
Haaland?
we have this one of our dilemmas question, as in I think we can
I
discuss this now as well. But
Yeah, let's take it
see,
up.
yeah.
my
Yeah,
I
captaincy,
cannot comment on triple captains.
my captaincy is personally on Ekitike, and I feel if that triple captain is a best differential if you are chasing right now, but it comes with the risk
yeah.
of Haaland's form. Um, like I would go safe. Like if you are triple captaining, I would still go Haaland triple captain. If it
Alan.
is triple
Yeah.
captain, you can still captain Ekitike, but I think
Yeah.
with triple captain being cautious is safe to be on Haaland, and
So Varun,
So
what's your prediction for the Liverpool Wolves game?
I think it'll be 3-1 something.
3-1. So do you
you
think Wolves
think
will score against
Wolves are
Liverpool?
conceding? Please don't say that.
I mean,
Scoring.
Liverpool are conceding.
I've never
You don't
backed.
really want me to get a VVD clean sheet at all, ever.
I'm not very confident on Liverpool defense, but yeah, it could be 3-0 as well. But it should be at least 3 goals. What
So
should be
if
what?
it is 3-0, I am pretty sure out of those three, 2 goals are gonna be Ekitike's, right? Like, it won't be a surprise.
I
I am
mean, he
also
could
leaning
be.
on Ekitike by the
I
way.
mean,
So
he could be subbed again, right? Like at the 60, 70 minutes if
But
Liverpool are.
sub for who?
but for
That's
whom?
the problem.
Uh,
Yeah.
we have Engo Muha. We have like he wants to protect his players right now.
Engo Moha, oh sorry, I clearly Slot doesn't trust him. With all these injuries, he
I
still
think
never
we
played
don't
Engo
have
Moha,
players. We
right?
have 12 starting players.
I think
Even
Ekitike
then, he
at
was
least
not
plays
got
70,
on.
80 minutes. At least 70,
Ah,
80 minutes he'll play.
I think he's a good
Ekitike.
for 85 minutes. So for sure, like, so he's not
And
going off
one
the
thing
field.
I've
But
noticed is whenever Ekitike plays a full game, he generally returns.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
So, I
think
So
mean, coming
trip.
back to the question, I have another question to you guys on the same triple captain. Wouldn't you rather suggest, somebody who has a triple captainship left to rather use it next week when Haaland is going away to Sunderland? Sunderland are really depleted in terms of, their players. 5 of their first team players have left for AFCON. They are very much on the back foot in that term. Like, don't you think Nottingham Forest right now is a better defense than Sunderland even? and
I
it's
mean,
better to attack that fixture.
both are away games. I would still go against Nottingham.
Yeah,
You would still go with not attacking
yeah,
Nottingham.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So they have two.
I understand because Sunderland Stadium is also a very difficult place to go
Yeah,
in
Stadium
general.
is.
Stadium light.
Stadium, yeah,
So if you see, they have like easily 2 goals odds, and Haaland being
correct.
at least 1 goal, 2 returns, 1 goal, 1 assist seems possible to me. And like I think this will be a very high scoring game week in general because of Boxing Day. It's better to
Mm.
go with this game week rather than anything else. And when are City playing? I
Like,
think
see,
when are City playing? Saturday, right? So they have,
Tomorrow. Yeah.
yeah, tomorrow.
yeah, they play tomorrow.
Hmm.
6 p.m. our time.
I think it's fair.
But
First
yeah,
game.
I
Yeah.
mean,
It's best.
if I had to triple captain, I would not sweat over it. Like, I would definitely captain Haaland. That's for sure. Like,
Either this game week or
it's
next
just
game week.
that. Yeah, that's it. Like either it's your call whether you feel that it's better to play him this week than next week, because you also have to think both those games come in quick succession, right? So maybe it's better to play him this week since he's gotten more rest that than he'll get for the next game. So I'll probably just triple captain Haaland this week.
Yep, fair. I think let's take these questions quickly. We have 20 odd minutes left. We have to go through our teams as well.
No, I mean the deadline is in
It's
still
at
50
12 p.m.
minutes. It's
It's
at
at
Yeah.
12.
12. Okay, I have to
Yeah.
Yeah.
reset my timer. I thought it's 11:30.
Yeah, let's not create panic.
Or maybe let us create ban.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, so we actually discussed this if triple captain 18 is better than triple captain 19 and who's the best triple captain. Cool. So yeah, I think the burning question, I think we're probably a little late to this, but I'm sure a lot of people still might be deciding what do you think are the best Bruno replacements right now. And let's consider different scenarios. There are a lot of teams who already had Cunha and Bruno. There were a lot of teams who already had just Cunha and never had Bruno. So for them, it's obviously not a problem at all. But what do you think, like, in terms of structure as well?
Mhm.
Until the point Ekitike was not like almost a confirmed starter for Liverpool, not many people were thinking about going for him or transferring out somebody else to adjust Ekitike. But now that we have that information,
Mhm.
what do you think? Like so we have to think two ways. One is just in isolation, like who's the best Bruno replacement, and second scenario is that how what is the best combination for a Bruno replacement and getting Ekitike at the same time, so that both you can sort of do both the moves together as well.
So this is like a high
Uh,
level view
I
of
think,
from an XG last 6 game weeks. If you look at um,
yeah.
Bruno was in every team. Foden was in every team. Cunha, a lot of people had. Saka was also in most of the teams. So, like, other than that, if you see, I think Rogers coming out there, but like fixture isn't that good. Plus, you don't get that same penalty and defcon potential that Bruno has. The only player that comes close in my mind is Gordon because of penalties, but again, his minutes is not as good. So basically, from an FPL standpoint, I don't think there is a clear replacement. If had Sobozlai had been fit in this period, I think he would have been on pen. So, given Isak is out, so he could have been the best replacement for me. But again, like given there is nothing, then I think automatically, given the fact that Cunha is racking up his XGI and will be on penalty, given Mbumo is not there and Bruno is not there, so his share of goal improves drastically. That's why he becomes the best pick right now. But like in any other scenario, like let's say Afcon was not going on, Salah could have been a pick. Like it could have people could have gone with Salah and like going with a cheap Palmer could have been a pick if let's say he had. Um, I think he's still a pick, but I think people are not sure how Chelsea will look in next few game weeks.
Yeah.
But I think Cunha is
Like
a
for
more.
me, I would say like simply just first of all prioritize Cunha, because Manchester United go on a great run of fixtures. Uh, Starting this week, I mean, I can consider Newcastle at home, good fixture as well. They are not super solid defensively right now in this moment. So, and the only major attack outlet, the one who's creating all the goal opportunities, who's the I just saw recently I was looking in the stats. He is one of the top ball carriers in the game itself at this moment, right? He is
Right.
carrying the ball most forward in that team and overall in the league as well. So definitely, and plus the penalties, definitely prioritize Cunha before anybody else, because right now, if I had to pick one between Cunha and Foden, I would go Cunha. You know, that's how that's how important it is for anybody to get him in the team.
Mm.
Post that, if you don't have Foden, definitely prioritize getting Foden. If you already have Cunha, then get Foden. And post that, I mean, it's up to you whether you want to sort of look at somebody like a Wirtz. I think he's a decent option as well. He's been playing really well over the last three matches, and I think he's pretty much due a return in terms of a goal. He has had a couple of assists at by this point, but I think he's due a goal, and there's nobody else who's there to orchestrate the attack in Liverpool. So Wirtz is a good option. And then fourth, I think it's a punty pick, but I like Gordon from Newcastle because he also has penalties, and he's been playing in really good form for the at least first half. When he plays, he's not up to full fitness, so the minutes will be limited. You should only expect like somewhere around 60 to 70 minutes from Gordon, but for those 60-70 minutes, he is a great attacking option, and he also is on pens.
Yeah.
So I for me it's that order.
Fair shout, I
Hmm.
think.
Cool. So one quick question before we move ahead. Like Indrajit is asking, is it worth to have a backup goalkeeper? By that he means, should he be looking to replace Dubravka? If yes, then with whom? Because he doesn't have the money to go up to Raya or somebody like
So
Donnarumma.
I think a fair call out is there. Victor is playing for Nottingham. He's 4 million. He's replaced Sells, and I think he's going to be their keeper in the upcoming game weeks as well. So he's a good backup. I think 4 million can keep him.
If you have slightly more money, I think you can look at what Verbruggen from Brighton,
Yeah.
because they do have a run of good fixtures with a couple of tough fixtures in between. So if you can bench him for those tough fixtures, for example, they're playing Arsenal this week, and you can bench him and play your other keeper, then even Verbruggen at 4.4 is a great option.
Yeah. All right. Next is we've talked about Bruno, triple captain, best defenders to target. I think we've spoken about this. So if you have to
Yeah.
rank Aman, your top three or top four defenders for next 5-6 game weeks.
Yeah, I mean, so I am earmarking one position for an Arsenal defender. If you have like Hincapié right now, he's fine. If you have Timber, he's fine. But that one position is earmarked for uh, Gabriel when he comes back. So since we're talking over the next 5-6 fixtures, that's why I'm saying. So I'll definitely have at least one Arsenal defender. Uh, Second, I think it's safe enough, and you know Manchester City have a very good upside in any match that they play. So I will be really happy having Nico O'Reilly as my second option. Third one is a toss up. So, I mean, based on our discussion, I think Everton defender in say Keane, I prefer Keane over Tarkowski, especially because Tarkowski is on 4 yellow cards as well. So, and he has to not get a yellow card over the next two matches, so as to avoid a suspension. So, Keane is a good one. And post that, I think fourth defender you can think about somebody like Richards also. Crystal Palace defense basically. They're any game they're very bankable kind of team. You can expect a clean sheet even in a tough match from Crystal Palace. So that's how I am thinking about. And like definitely do not spend a lot on your fifth defender, get like a cheap 4 million defender, somebody like a Rodon, somebody like a Goodmanson, or Mukiele or Alderete from Sunderland.
Vimash?
I think I mostly agree with Aman. That's what I said earlier also. One City defender, that is O'Reilly, is almost there in every team. One Arsenal defender. And the third one, as of now, looking at the fixture, should either be a Liverpool defender or an Everton defender. So,
I think Newcastle also is a fair shout in the next. If you look at
yeah,
the fixture run, um,
yeah,
other than this game week, United, they have Burnley, Palace, Leeds, and Wolves. So they also, like,
agreed.
Thiaw becomes a good pick for me. So, like,
Yeah,
my take would again be like Arsenal space for Gabriel, O'Reilly,
yeah.
Keane, and I will keep Thiaw as my fourth pick for next 5 6
Yeah,
fixture run.
just the only problem with Newcastle is that they haven't kept a clean sheet in ages.
Yeah, the best fixture run is about to come, so I'm hoping. Oh,
Hmm.
there's a great question now on Saka, whether he's a sell given he's not on pens, which I'm not sure. I think he should be on 50% share. Before that, I think Aman has already responded. So, should we get Palmer early? Maresca says he's ready. So, I would not like. I'm still with
Let's
my
look at let's look at Chelsea fixtures also. And I am a Chelsea fan. I would love to have some part of Chelsea in my
Arsenal
FPL
and
team as
Chelsea
well.
are
It's always
almost
nice.
difficulty wise. Arsenal Chelsea are almost similar in the
Yeah.
next. But let's say we look at from our eye test standpoint, Chelsea face Aston next, which is tough, and then City, which is also very tough.
And we are going away to City, by the way, and
Yeah,
Bournemouth, and before that we're hosting Bournemouth, which is not an easy match
Yeah,
as
but I
well.
think
Uh,
Chelsea ends Aston Villa's run.
I hope so. I really
if
hope so.
that
It's gonna be
happens,
it's gonna be a very interesting match, especially Rogers and Palmer are
Yeah,
very close friends,
buddies.
by the way.
I
And
know.
last
Yeah.
season, there was a chat between Rogers and Palmer, which was leaked. So Rogers was just mentioned that no goals against Villa, and Palmer mentioned the man of the match trophy is going home with me, and he scored and obviously got the man of the match.
yeah.
So it's a personal rivalry and a person, that kind of a thing. And I won't be surprised that Palmer turns up in that match more
Hmm.
than any other one.
So I think two fixtures are tough for both. Like Arsenal also face Aston at home, which they lost last. Like away on home they lost. No, sorry, away they lost against Aston. This time they're hosting them on Emirates. Now the other tough fixture is Liverpool, which is also at Arsenal home, which also Arsenal lost in the reverse fixture early in the season. So they are going to face two teams that is obviously the toughest. But I would still say Saka is not a sell by any means for me. We've seen him rack up defcons in some games. It's just a goal return away from a 12 pointer, is what I feel. And then he's still, I think, less than 25% owned. So a good differential still. And a captaincy shout in this game week as well, which in my case does like excludes him out of this discussion whether he's a sell. Maybe like later on he is, but in the next 4 5 fixture run, I think it's good to have Saka. It's one of the
Yeah.
reliable picks like Bruno. I feel in
Yeah.
FPL, so I would still keep him that way, and I think he still has a good. Gyökeres was purely given penalty because he was out for a long time, so it's just to get his confidence back, and I think he Saka should return on penalties if he gets against
On
Brighton.
pens. But the only thing to consider here is the fact that Saka is around 10.2 or 10.3 million, and Rice is 7.2. And for 3
Yeah.
million less, Rice is offering the same number of returns as Saka. So Saka has 4 goals and 4 assists. Rice has 2 goals and 6 assists, plus DEFCON.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's a very important point to consider, and I am now kind of leaning towards Rice. In the near future, I believe I'm gonna replace Saka with Rice and probably get Palmer in like 4 or 5 game weeks. Is what I feel.
Yeah.
Is what I'm looking
And
at now.
I absolutely, you're bang
Yeah,
on. And I'm of
yeah,
the same opinion that, everybody should actually be looking to plan to save their transfer, because
yeah.
very soon the meta is going to shift to Rice and Palmer.
Like,
I
Yeah,
think I'm pretty
can I
certain.
ask
Like,
you guys a question? Like, do you
yeah.
not feel what Roger has done in last 2 game weeks? Saka has absolutely the same potential,
He does.
obviously,
right?
always
So,
has. He
if
has,
you,
but it's like it's sort of, with Rice, you're almost always feeling that over the long term, you like say 5 or 6 game window, you will be able to sort of cover almost 80% of Saka's points with the way he's been played right now. Even last season, Arteta had no choice but to always play him 90 minutes. Now he has cover for every position, and he's not also sort of he's ensuring that he's protecting the players also. So that's why Saka's minutes have also been a little inconsistent. They're not a confirmed 90 in every match. So I don't like that. And rather than that, Rice always ends up playing 90.
yeah,
So you are
Yes.
almost certain that he will get those DEFCON points in almost like every second match at least, and add a assist or a goal every now and then. He will be able to cover up for Saka, and
Oh,
then
he's also on corners. Rice is also
one
on
side,
corners, right?
just one side,
One
just
side
one
corner
side.
is
exactly.
Rice. So that splits between Saka and Rice equally. Plus Rice is on free kicks also. So
Yeah.
I mean he's like Bruno in Arsenal mostly,
Yeah,
except the penalties.
yeah, yeah. Fair shout.
Yeah.
Next question, and I think this is a question that Aman was also tinkering about, like the best way to go 3-4-3 or 3-5-2. I think that the answer is lies down whether, like, which forward structure you believe in right now. Is it Thiago, Ekitike, Haaland, or is it just Ekitike, Haaland, or is just Thiago, Ekitike still? I
Hmm.
think with the discussion we just had around Bowen, I think a reliable structure with, because right now there are a lot of midfielders who are injured in a very short span
Yeah.
of next 2-3 game weeks. I would say 3-4-3 makes more sense with Haaland, Ekitike, and Thiago, or Haaland, Ekitike, Bowen,
It
because you
does.
don't have
Yeah.
lot of midfield picks right now, other than
It
Correct.
Thiago.
does.
Yeah.
If I had free transfers, I would definitely have kept Thiago in
Yeah.
front with Ekitike and Haaland. It's just that some of us are like shorthand in terms of transfers and money right now. But ideally, I would have liked to keep Ekitike, Thiago, and Haaland up front.
Yeah, and you're right. Like for it, I say I feel at least for the next 5 matches, 3-4-3 is
Yep.
probably the better formation. But again, like the moment we get towards those juicy Chelsea fixtures in game week 22, that's when you'd be forced to sort of shift your money back into the midfield to fit in Palmer.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
and then again the formation overall will shift to 3-5-2.
Fair shot. Next is like best budget midfielders under 7 million and what to do with the underperforming mids. I think Minte, I
So
have
I
him.
have It's a very good question actually, and something that I am also, struggling with. So I have Wilson.
Yeah.
We've
Same.
got a very mixed answer from Fulham that he might play, might not play, might have reduced minutes. They're hopeful that he plays.
Mhm.
I am on a bench boost. So there are a couple of ways that I actually transfer him out and I don't take a risk on Wilson. Although if he plays, he has a good chance of scoring because he's
Mhm.
playing West Ham.
Yeah.
Although he's playing away to West Ham, so we don't know. But I one option is to keep him, play him in West Ham, and then move him to another midfielder. More likely somebody like Szoboszlai from Liverpool, because Liverpool have a great run of fixtures, and Sabozla is going to be on pens once he returns next week.
Yeah.
So it's a great asset, and with Frimpong back, he is very much likely to play in the diamond for diamond up top for Liverpool. So
Yeah.
one is that. Second is that I can attack from this week, and I can go a different route by transferring him out for somebody like a Gordon this week, who is 7.3, and keep Gordon for say the next five fixtures, which is like when till the time Newcastle's great fixture and last, and sort of try to attack a little more. And the good part is both, like in both the cases, Gordon and Sabozlai, both of them have pens. Although Gordon comes with almost surety of 90 minutes every match. That's the advantage with Sabozlai. Sorry. So what do you think? Like, so, and then there's Minte, who's not been doing great. If somebody's on Minte, they can choose to keep him, bench him obviously this week, and next two fixtures are great. Definitely play him for the next two, but he's definitely not a transfer in at the moment, right?
Mm.
Uh, and then apart from that, I don't feel there is any good pick in that bracket, to be honest.
I think top pick is again Rice. Goes without
Yeah,
question.
Yeah, and Rice. Sorry, I missed
yeah,
it. Yes,
Yeah, so
Rice
top pick will be still Rice. I mean, you can still go with Saka, Rice
and
system
Raya.
and Raya system. I think it squares you off for Gabriel returns also in the longer run. I feel the way Rice is doing right now. I think I just pulled up this numbers again just to look at Cherki again. Given the fact Doku is out, Marmoush is going to be out, I think it's very difficult for Pep right now to bench Cherki, who seems to be the most creative outlet in most of the games. He's just looking all the time for Foden and Haaland, and like if he's also in the position, so I think again a short term punt, I would likely go for someone like Cherki or Rice in terms of who I feel are like safe for minutes. Cherki, I would not say as safe for minutes, but I really feel.
Yeah.
And the third pick would be like I was rating Gordon a lot, but when I looked at the minutes, I still don't feel confident about any 80-minute game. So he's third for me there.
yeah.
But other than that, like I think it's fair to say Rice, Cherki, and Soboslai also. These four picks are a good shout in that price point.
Would you
What about
rate?
Bruno
Okay.
G?
Would
Bruno G.
Bruno
Bruno
G?
Gimenez,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not super keen. If I have to go for a Newcastle defender, then I'd rather go with Gordon. Right? He's on pens.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, a Newcastle midfielder, we can say. So, with Bruno G, I think he was fairly performing similar to Rice up till
Yeah.
game week 12 or 13. They had similar returns and
Till
points.
game
So,
week 15 rather.
I
15.
mean, he's still just 13 points behind Rice. Rice is on 97 overall,
so
and
like he
Bruno G is on
was
84.
because of the same thing, right? Like good on
Yeah,
on attacking as
correct.
well, getting
He
goals.
does well in home games. Like, he does well in home games generally.
So,
So
I think that
he
answers
can be a
that.
good shout too.
So it's like you can get Sabozlai, but then you get just two good fixtures of Leeds home in 19
Yeah,
and Burnley at home in 22.
yeah,
But if you go Gordon, then you're looking at Manchester United away, who are doing very poorly in defensively.
Yeah.
Then they go away to Burnley, which is a great fixture again. They host Crystal Palace at home, and then they host Leeds at home, and then they go to Wolves away. I feel like the upside with uh, uh, a Newcastle midfielder is little bit more than Sabozlai. Somehow it feels like that.
Yeah, I think it's a fair shout again.
yeah.
And
It's
like Rice is like I'm not really keen on him. Like, you look at the fixtures: Brighton home, Villa home, Bournemouth away, Liverpool home, Nottingham Forest away.
it doesn't matter, right? If he gives 4 points in each game, then I mean, it kind of he's giving DefCon also mostly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you are
So
looking at like Aman, it's all about like he's averaged around 7 points per game, right? 7 to 7.5 points. So you it's decent. Like if you have such consistency in any pick, it should be in your playing 11. That's the case. But
I mean, Declan Rice has 20 DefCon in 2 games in the last 3 matches.
so
He has 20 and 21. That's unreal.
Yeah, 20
So
and
I think you should get
yeah.
2 points more if you hit 20.
maybe next season we'll have this.
Maybe next season that'll be the this thing.
All
But the
right.
thing with, yeah, like good part is that if it's a tough game, then he definitely hits
Gets
Defcon. So
DefCon.
like
Yep.
he did in Everton away, Aston Villa,
Yep.
right? And but whenever it's an easy game like Brentford Wolves, he will he's
Yeah,
not
I mean it's
hitting
understandable, right?
DEFCON.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not his fault.
And
The
like
others
the
don't
next
give
few
him that
games are
chance.
definitely primed for DEFCON. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like he's most likely to get in DEFCON in almost, maybe six of all six next games.
Yeah.
This takes
So
us to the last
Interesting.
pick, whether Ekitike is must have, and
I think we
is
discussed this. Yeah.
Thiago out at fair at this stage?
No,
So
it is out. It's not fair to take him out right now, but
it's
people are
just
doing it.
about the structure. I think it's tough call because
Yeah.
he's still on pens, could still return, could still
Yeah.
hurt rank because of his ownership. So, but I've moved in out to get
I
Ekitike
have to. Yeah.
because I feel like the next two Ekitike has like a potential of next two game weeks he can score 22 odd points. So that's the upside like we are chasing.
Yeah.
We should look
But
at
I'm
our
pretty
top
sure
four.
I'm expecting a very this thing. It might not be very easy for Liverpool to score against like Wolves. I'm assuming Wolves will play like they played against Arsenal. So just sit back and just like let
All
it be.
non-performing teams step up against us. So that's the case.
Is that it? Then we'll then there'll be a lot of goals.
Perfect. Let's look at our teams. We have 20 odd minutes left, and I think it'll take some time because there's a lot of to discuss. So my team, like I had a lot of injuries to deal with in first place. Bruno out, Richards is out, Van Heck is doubtful, which I feel should play. Still hasn't trained yet with the team, but I'm expecting to start at least against Arsenal, get 4 points. And I've made three transfers. It was before Bruno's injury news. Otherwise, I would have just done Cunha and Ekitike for Thiago and Bruno. But now I've moved out Timber. The idea was because I was planning, I had a plan to get Gabriel back by game week 21 or 20 in two moves. But now let's see what happens. So my defense reads Senesi, Keane, O'Reilly, Van Heck, um, Raya keeper, Shaka against Leeds. Still expecting 4 to 5 points. Foden could return. Cunha is only the clear-cut pick I could see for Bowen. Sorry, for Bruno. I think next four
Mm.
five fixtures. If Bruno is, I think so. The speculation is Bruno is out for 3 game weeks. Like they won't be able to play next three United fixtures. So with that, I think
Hmm.
Cunha is going to have the maximum goal share with Mbumo also out. So I think it's easy. It was an easy call with Wolves next. He should score against his old club. Saka, then I think he's a good shout. My captaincy still is on AKTK right now, and because of the home fixture and Haaland, obviously Minte on bench. If Van Hag doesn't start, it will be Minte who comes off. Don't have much hope, but I like the next two fixtures for Brighton. I think so. Brighton are facing West Ham and Burnley in next two, which I feel should be an upside for me
Hmm.
in the next two
Yeah.
and get me some like whatever I've lost out on Foden. Minte has to get me that. Um,
Minte
so
is a differential now, like super differential. Like he's 6.1% owned. A
yeah,
lot of people have
Yeah.
moved out for him. Like I really like him for the next two, nine West Ham away, Burnley home. I think
Would you rather
then
play
definitely
Mente
you
Minte
over
move out of him.
Minte
Mente
obviously
over
has
Van Eyck?
Minte does not have a Minte has a return against West Ham as well. So like in the past, so
Hmm.
expecting good. Next two
Would
games
you
should
play
be
Mente over Van Eyck in this game week?
yeah. I'm expecting 4 points from Van Eyck if he starts. If he's not starting, I don't think he comes on in a game like this. So uh,
I mean, if he'll get three probably because then if they score two, Arsenal might score two or more. You never know. So
yeah, it'll be it's a
but
very
yeah,
I don't see
four would be a tough
very small upside. I was not even planning to
one.
take
Hmm.
a hit for getting Bruno to Cunha, but I feel in the next 3 game weeks that hit will get justified Anyway, it's a
Hmm.
player who is injured, and Richards was also
Right.
injured. Otherwise, I would have
Right.
just rolled. I would have
Is,
been
is there
fine.
any news on Richards though? Like, is there any news on Richards?
He himself tweeted that thanks for your wishes. Hope, I'm hoping to be back. Not, not, for, not. I'm not hoping to be out for a long. See you back soon. So I think he's. It's not a big injury. So maybe this game week and next he could be out, or maybe back in the next as well.
Oh,
So
so this is definitely missing, is it?
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is definitely missing.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So let's
I think
move
your
to.
team, yeah, I think it's fine. Like it's the best you could do.
See, it is when I rotated till game week 21. Like I don't need a transfer in next. I can get Gordon or I can even get Thiao for Senesi if I really feel like doing it. But even
Right.
without a transfer, my team is fine for next game week. There is any hardly any upside that I have to chase in next. In 21, I can make two moves, but I'm hoping that Gabriel is back and
Yeah,
I can move out Senesi and one of my um downgrade one of my picks here and there to get that. I still have some
right.
money in the bank to make those move 1 million. I think so.
So
Who are we
you don't
captaining?
have enough money for direct Senesi to Gabriel upgrade.
Let me check that. I have 1.8, so I
Like
can
if
move
you
that. Yeah, I can do that. I can
then
do
you
that.
should definitely make sure that you keep that like enough money for to make that direct move
I
and
can do that.
not rely on.
I can do that.
Yeah,
I will still have point
yeah.
0.4 remaining if I move Senesi to Gabriel. So
Yeah, so that one is sorted and play with whatever extra, you're left for any other transfer you're looking at. So
so my
keep that money
oh,
parked.
I'm really banking upon Saka to lift the game because still 22% ownership and effective ownership around
Yeah,
less than 1 million is still not above 30%. So you see the upside there as well.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
I mean, if he comes up with the goods, then Saka, it would be like everybody will be looking to get on to him.
I just want like two 10 pointers, something, double digits. Like, should be fine. But yeah, let's move to Vimar's team. Aman team will
Yeah.
take some time because he's on bench boost and he has some decisions to make yet.
No, I
Yes.
mean
Vimar's
I've already done Bruno to Cunha and Thiago to Ekitike. I have my captaincy here on Ekitike, but I think I might just shift to Haaland. Um, I am expecting Ekitike to score, but I have that like a slight shadow of doubt where I feel that if Wolves play like they played against Arsenal, it might be not tough to score against them, but they might just be a problem, right? Like if the first half goes without a goal, then it'll kind of get jittery after that. So I'm just going with Haaland because he's on pens as well. So I might just end up with Haaland. I don't want to take any risk right now, is what I feel actually. So might probably just go with Haaland, keep Ekitike, Saka, Kunya, and Foden are fine. Everybody has them.
I think one stat that we did not look.
Yeah,
So in 6 Premier League games against Nottingham Forest, Haaland has, tell me the number of returns he has.
zero.
He has six
Six.
six returns. He has
Okay.
five goals and one assist. So, but in 22-23 he scored a hat trick. Um,
Okay.
then he
Okay.
had last season he just got one assist. So last season he didn't do anything against them. Although City's scored 3 goals in the home fixture, and away they lost 1-0.
Right. I'm just hoping Wilson plays because it'll seem like a wasted transfer because I got him after his haul. So I mean, he hasn't returned anything for me. So I just hope Wilson plays at least
Yeah.
this game. Semenyo will be an out in a week or two. In Jan, if he like gets a transfer, then he'll be gone.
So
So I probably might be looking at his last game for this thing.
there is a running rumor that
Yeah.
he, if the move happens by tomorrow, like the
Yeah.
confirmation comes, he could be benched again in this game week because he has to travel to Manchester. So there are rumors
Right.
around Semenyo also, but I think it will happen after Jan 1st only, which is the most
Yeah.
likely scenario in most of the cases. But
I
then,
wouldn't be surprised. Because I was thinking of this scenario. What if Semenyo gets benched? I mean, I don't even have bench cover.
yeah,
So the only thing I'm thinking right now is taking a hit for Senesi and getting either an Everton defender or a Liverpool defender. So what are your thoughts on who should I get for a guaranteed clean sheet?
I think Everton. Yeah,
So you think
you have
Everton
to
has
go
a
with.
greater chance of a clean sheet as compared to Liverpool against Wolves at
Yeah,
home?
I mean that's what Varun seems to think.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I'm honestly leaning towards Konate, just getting Konate for Senesi and just
See, if you
pushing
have
for
to
the.
go with an upside, no, then don't no
Yeah,
Konate. I don't like the transfer because there's no extra upside. So the only thing
yeah.
you're really banking on is a clean sheet. With
But then I'm
VVD,
taking hit too.
you get a good goal threat, and so is the case with Frimpong. You get a good attacking threat, like somehow,
Right.
right? And if it's a short-term transfer, you're looking for just maybe next 3 or say, next 5 weeks, something like that, then I'd rather probably go with Frimpong, right? Because I like him as a player and in the way he is attacking, and he has a
Yeah.
higher likelihood of scoring, locking down that clean sheet because he is generally subbed out at around 60 minutes. So if
Right.
Liverpool haven't conceded by that time, he gets the clean sheet points also.
The thing is, I have to take a hit also if I take out Senesi because I'm out of
no, I
transfers
don't think
too.
you should take a
So
hit for
For a
anyone
hit, I don't like,
yeah,
anymore.
not at all.
yeah. So I play Senesi, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for
even
sure,
I'm playing
So
for
yeah, I
Senesi.
mean
sure.
that's it. Yeah, I mean if this guy Semenyo or Wilson both don't play, then Rodon and Mark Gu are there on my
Mark
bench. So I
Gu,
mean, I
it's
don't think Mark
fine.
Gu
I
play.
think it's
Yeah,
it's
Rodon
not
is fine.
gonna like Semenyo is gonna play. I feel
yeah,
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least this week he's gonna play. Next
yeah.
week it will be very dicey, but for this week I
But I
think
don't
he will
know.
play.
But I don't know how focused he'll be. His mind will be in Manchester, no? So
That
I'm just thinking how
is,
focused
yeah.
he'll be, or
I
maybe
mean,
he
players
wants
are
to
pretty
bid farewell
like they're very
nicely. Or,
professional these days, but yeah, you
yeah.
never know.
No, I mean it's all psychological also, right? If he knows that he's going to get signed, he'll be happy in his
Yeah.
head and he won't put in his full effort for the last game. Or maybe he wants to put in some effort
Yeah,
and just give a grace,
exactly. It could be different. Like he's on such a high that he
give a
does
good
so
farewell.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's returned in the last two games, so let's see. I hope Wilson starts though. One of them guarantee starts, I'll be okay.
yeah. Even Rodon over bench from bench is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Aman,
This is not. I think this is the wrong screenshot. I don't have Calafiori.
no, this is now I have changed it to yours.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, this one. So yeah, man. Like I have made one. Like so, right now you're able to see I have three free transfers going into this week. I have used one uh, for moving Bruno to Cunha, and
Right.
I'm left with two. I'm playing bench boost this week for sure, and I have Steve and Wilson, who are both I think marked 75% likelihood to play. Uh, so the idea is that I bring in Gordon for the next 5 fixtures for an attack with Newcastle's good run of form, good run of fixtures, not form, and I replace Steve with Alderete to ensure that I like that move a lot more than even Gordon because sort of Burnley in Dubravka. I have one from Sunderland in Alderete and one from Leeds. I just need one clean sheet from these three teams. That's all I need for this bench
Do
boost
you
to
have
work.
money for Keane? Do you have money for Keane?
I have, but like if I bring in Gordon, then I don't.
You
Oh,
can do Bruno Gimenez and get in Keane.
Keane.
That
Yeah.
is also fine.
Bruno
Then
gives you 90 minutes guaranteed,
Even
and
then, I
Keane
don't.
gives
Like
you.
Bruno Gimenez is also 7 million.
Oh,
And I have exact 0.3 million remaining after these moves, and that is for a direct move transfer of Virgil out to Gabriel. So that's I'm not going any down beyond this. Like I have to leave those point 0.3 in my bank to ensure that I can immediately move into Gabriel the moment he's fit.
hmm.
But the Gordon move is for
So,
Wilson. Okay.
I mean, I feel like it's a Wilson, because Wilson is a definite transfer out after this week. The other option is that I take my bet on Wilson, take my chance on Wilson, play him, just do the Alderete move for Steve, and next week then I can assess again. I can again go for Gordon, you know, or I can go for Sabozlai. But somehow I don't feel as excited, by going with Sabozlai as much as I feel with Gordon. I already have Ekitike, so it feels like a good safety net in terms of goal share from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Uh, but I don't have anybody from Newcastle, and they're going on a really good run of fixtures. Burnley, Leeds, Wolves in the
Hmm.
next five.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there is upside over there.
I personally feel you
Any
should.
thoughts?
I feel you
10
should.
minutes to deadline.
I think you should hold your transfers. That's what I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't like the Rice move, because if I do that, and I definitely will want to have Gabriel, there is no way that I'm not having Gabriel in my team. I will not play with a team which does not have him. That's pretty clear in my mind. So then it will require a double move or two transfers to sort of move out Saka, or say move out Raya and get Gabriel fitted into that system, right? So uh, that's my dilemma, and that's why I don't want to go into Rice. Also, I just saw the records, like in the last four matches, in the la- in the last हमें दे रहा है.
दे रहा है सुना है.
So in that case, I feel like, so I was looking at the records. Gordon has a good record against Manchester United, by the way. He scored in three of the last four matches, or like basically scored two and assisted one. Whereas Rice has not scored ever against Brighton or assisted ever against Brighton.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it feels like, Rice is like just a 4 point or a 5 pointer upside, if they keep a clean sheet. So he gets one clean sheet bonus as well.
Yeah, I mean, with Rice, the thing is, he's not a. I mean, you can't expect anything from him in any particular game week. He's just like a hold. You just keep him and
Yeah.
he's like a stock that ITC stock that gives you dividends here and there. He won't give you a 30% return very quickly. He'll just give you
But
dividends here and there. It's a long term hold.
it feels so
That's
bland holding an ITC stock, you
that's why
understand?
ITC is
You
not
want
exciting. No, but in the long run, it's the
you
best.
want a Trent. You want a Trent in your portfolio who
Yeah.
rises like that.
So, yeah, I mean, so that's why I mean that's the
But I think next
situation
game
here.
week, Aman, the meta will shift again, and you will crave few transfers. So that's the only
I
gain
agree.
I
The
feel.
only
But
dilemma right
like, I
now,
want to understand, what do you think will be the meta then next week?
next week, I don't know, but in 3 4 game weeks, it'll be
I mean, it
Chelsea.
could be around Palmer. Like that's
I
the
know, I know, and and I am planning for that Palmer move, and for me that would be by taking out Thiago from this team, right? I'll shift the Thiago funds into midfield,
right.
and
What if
I'll
he
move
scores in
out
the
of
next
Saka.
two? You won't. If he gives returns the next 2 3 game weeks, you won't take him out.
Yep.
I'm fine with that. I think I will bank my returns and move out and say Tata bye bye to him.
But one thing is like uh, with Visa coming in, do we
Yeah.
see Gordon minutes on the rise or like on a decline? Because that's where
I
Voltemade.
think yeah, for Visa is Voldemar Day's competition, not
Yeah.
even like
No,
not
they
at
can
all
even play
Gordon's,
together.
because
Like
Gordon sort of they can, and it's actually Barnes who gets subbed in for Gordon mostly.
and looks like that is
So
always going to be the case. So you are talking about 70, 60 minutes only, Aman. So if you see there is an
I
upside,
agree.
but I think
But yeah,
you can take that punt. You are in a position of bench boost where you should be taking that punt.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
with
the
bench
only
boost, you
thing.
just need to ensure that all your players are playing. Just ensure that much with the least amount of transfers, and that's it. Don't worry about anything else.
So, but like, what do you think? Will, like, in your opinions, like, does Wilson start this game?
In my thoughts, he starts the game. In my opinion, I don't know. He's in my thoughts. I want him to start, but I'm not sure. So I can't see. I am in a position where I can take a risk. But if you're playing a bench boost, then you need to eliminate Wilson.
Yeah.
And then
You
whom
can't
do you get for? Get and then whom do you get in? Like, it has
price.
to be except Rice. No, I don't. No, I cannot.
There's no other clear-cut option.
Rice blocks my direct Gabriel move. That's no
No,
problem.
no,
And
Yeah.
but
I will
listen
be
to me.
left with zero free transfers.
If you make that Rice move,
You can
do
take out Saka
no later on
later.
make two moves, right? Like make two transfer
Yeah.
to get in Gabriel and like another pick, which is could be Rogers.
Could be, but you could do Saka to Palmer and somebody else do this thing, like
Because
save
I
money or
think
But
something.
Rice
Yeah.
Rice is
I get your point.
Yeah.
So, like, if I do that, then I have to save two free transfers, and at the earliest I can make that move is game week
21.
20, right? And game week 20, Palmer, like, Chelsea play Manchester City away. I don't think that's a good time to get in Palmer at all.
Right.
Like, the
Correct.
next game week, sure. And by that time, I'm pretty sure that Gabriel will be fit, and I'm expecting that he's fit for the next match itself, which is
But
game week 19.
will you get Gabriel for Bournemouth and
I will.
Liverpool?
The moment he's like, so I think nobody's getting him before he actually plays a match, and it will happen in game week 19 at the earliest, and I'll move Virgil out for him in the run up to game week 20 when Virgil is playing Fulham away.
Right.
Anyway, I don't need Virgil beyond 18, 19.
Sure.
So it, and I just have the exact money, right? Even one price rise, and I'm priced out of a direct move for Virgil,
You
for
you can get
Gabriel. That's
Mason
the
Mount as
problem.
a differential. Get Mason Mount as a differential.
Interesting.
5.9. You'll save a lot of money too. We have good fixtures, and I think he starts all of them.
Yeah.
But he doesn't return as much, you know.
Yeah, because Bruno gets all the returns. No, no. But he
He's
has.
he's
I mean,
like,
I'm just
do
saying as
you
a
really
differential
think
for as a replacement for Wilson is what I'm saying. He's
his minutes have obviously gone up in the last, five matches, but do you
yeah.
think, like, he's as good as Gordon? Like, he's not on pens and everything.
I no, not as good as Gordon for
Not
sure.
as
But
good as
that's why
Gordon.
there's a difference of 1.1, 1.2 between them, right? I mean, Mount is 5.9.
Yeah. So
Mount is
at
the
least,
a direct replacement
so
for Wilson.
I think we're live for the next 5 minutes, and I'm just
Yeah.
confirming my Alderete for Esteem move, at least for
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Amarsh, I think we
Okay,
should
that is
also
done.
move our captaincy.
Yeah, please lock in your teams.
Yeah,
My
I
bench
made my
boost,
captain as Haaland. I
bench
made it.
boost
You
is
also changed.
activated. Guys,
Okay.
everywhere, whoever is watching, definitely please lock in your teams.
Yeah.
And yeah, now the only question is whether I move for Wilson or not, move out of Wilson or not. What do you think, like, in general, like, if say I don't make any move for Wilson, who do you think is the best replacement next week then for Wilson? Because Wilson, like, I have to play forward in the midfield, right?
It will
I
then
My
again
fifth
become Gordon.
midfielder is Potts. Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And next week Gordon has Burnley away. So the obvious, like, upside pick is
I think
Gordon. So why not just get
one
him
player
now?
being a minute risk is fine. That is also the case.
Cool. I'm doing him. I'm
Let me see if
transferring
there's any
Gordon.
news on
It's
him.
done. My team is logged. Guys, let's go.
Congratulations.
Let's get some green arrows. Gordon
For
is
sure.
transferred in. I've used up all my transfers.
I have already used and taken a hit also. So in a crazy situation.
Just 3 minutes on the clock, guys. Lock in your teams. I think my mind was always set on, Gordon ever
Gordon.
since. Actually, it was actually, who was it? Like, I just randomly was discussing over the chat with you, right, Varun,
Yeah.
and we both like that idea so much. So yeah, ever since it has just been stuck into my mind.
No, even I am contemplating that. Might take Minte out next game week for Gordon also, but again, minutes could be the case there.
But I mean, like Minte, I would rather like
Keep
Minte is a
against.
very close call,
Yeah,
right?
but I can
Yeah,
move Senesi to Thiao, is what I was thinking, or like that is also a thought.
yeah.
We have.
So I am seeing a lot of people are actually, getting in Wirtz. A major content creator has just transferring in Lucas Paqueta, which we absolutely forgot to discuss because he's an option if you don't, want to go for Bowen up top. So he could have been something I could have thought of before making these transfers. He's 5.9 and he has a great run of fixtures. But I just don't trust Lucas Paqueta somehow. I don't like that player only. All right, less than a minute to go.
Yeah.
Let me just confirm if my captaincy is on Haaland only. One
I hope
second.
Boxing Day is kind to all of us. Konya returns a
Yes.
brace, something like that would be nice with a pinch of
I
salt
mean,
from God.
Cunha's return won't help any of us. Cunha, I think everyone has Cunha
No,
in
I
place
just
of.
want my hit to be justified this game week only. So
Yeah. I hope Calafiori
So,
scores. I
is
keep winning
anybody,
every week.
Vimash, are you still captaining?
it's
Have
over.
you still captained Ekitike?
No,
Did you
Haaland, Haaland.
captain
I shifted to
Ekitike?
Haaland.
Okay.
Game is
I
over.
wanted to, but I shifted to Haaland.
Teams are locked, guys.
Deadline. Yeah, team's locked.
Teams are locked. Bench boost is active.
Yes.
Fingers crossed that it pays off. Really, really
It
needed to.
should.
Some major
Really
green
needed to.
arrows
I
in the
I
air.
think I think even a 10 point I'll be really, really happy with a 10 pointer from the bench. Like a total
Who's
10
on your
points
bench right
from the
now?
bench.
Who all are on your bench?
So yeah, let's look at the team. It's
Yeah.
exactly how I shared.
Yeah.
So I have Dubravka is my
Yeah.
goalkeeper, and then in the
Okay.
bench and on the bench, and then Rodon, Potts, and Alderete.
Fair enough. I think you
So
should get 10.
Potts is like just a 2 pointer. There's nothing,
Right.
no upside with him for sure. It's just for two.
Rodon, I think, is a
Is he
The
4.
only
playing?
thing is
Rodon or Elderete
Yeah.
both can get 4. Oh, but they are
What
playing
if
both
each
it
other.
ends
can
zero
get
zero?
four.
But they are
What if
playing
it
each other,
ends
right?
0-0?
But they're playing
Yeah,
each
that's
other.
what.
Yeah.
What if it
So
ends 0-0?
So one clean sheet is fine.
Yeah.
exactly. So that's what the thinking was that I just need one clean sheet from either Burnley, Sunderland, or
So
Leeds, just one, and I
a
think
one
bench
zero
boost will
and
be fine.
a 1-0 and a defcon from both is your ideal scenario, I think. Or a nil-nil is the
I
best.
think 0-0 is the best case
0-0,
scenario. What are you even talking about?
nil-nil is best, but 1-0 is like optimistically, I, I feel is possible.
Like imagine like a 0-0 in both these games is a crazy scenario for all of us because in that case Keane will be on bonus like almost sure that he'll be on bonus as well if it's a 0-0 with Burnley.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Burnley,
And I get that 6 pointer from Dubravka.
so
It'll be
he
the best
wants a
I mean,
scenario.
twenty.
Let's not
Dubravka.
even think
He
about it.
wants
I
a
mean,
20.
Dubravka is my starting keeper this week. So, I mean,
He wants a
Yeah, so
20
like we
point.
really need that clean sheet. We
yeah.
really need that
Yeah.
He wants a
0-0.
20-point bench boost this time.
I don't even remember how many I got. I think my
I got
average bench
9.
boost was my
That
best
was
even
good,
then.
yeah. 9 is pretty
I
good.
got no, I got 19. I think.
Yeah,
19 is insane.
you got insane
No,
though.
I got. Yeah, I got. That is the only chip that went fine for me. Free it was
So
shit, and triple captain was shit for me. So
with 9, I was the thing was with 9 also I was above the safety score by +8.
Wow,
So this was
that's
like,
crazy.
there was a low scoring game week and bench boost kind of paved
Yeah.
out a way. So
Help
good
you a
No,
luck.
so
lot.
for
Yeah.
me, my actual team was so shit that the 19 pointer just made me sail through.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow.
it actually
But
it didn't
imagine
spur me
like it
forward.
helped a
It just
lot.
held.
It actually helped a lot.
It just I
It
mean it just
avoided
saved
all
a
that
big red arrow for
branch.
me. So it didn't
Uh,
give me a big green arrow. So
that's like good.
yeah, I
In
mean
isolation.
the only problem I've had up until now is triple captain not working. That is the only regret I have. But
I
let's
mean,
see
that
now.
was a hard
And
game.
when did we all play free hit in the same week?
13.
No,
In
He
thir-
played triple
in
captain
13.
in
I
that.
I played
Ah,
triple captain in that game week, and I played free hit in
16.
16. I think. Yeah.
16 was a great week actually. The free hit really
Uh,
worked in that week.
I mean,
Anyway, I
maybe.
think it's time we should
Yeah.
wrap up the
Yeah.
pod.
All right, boys.
All
It was
right.
a
Yes.
great pod. Good
Yep.
fun.
Take care,
See you next
everyone.
week.
Yep.
Yes. See you.